the WEOL Diamond Duel, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. Coming up, the Elyria Catholic Panthers take on the Wellington Dukes. It's brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. The City of Elyria, rediscover Elyria today at cityofelyria.com. And by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company.
Ron,
Yes.
or you got me?
I have you.
All right, now we got an echo. How in the world do we get rid of this?
Head coach Bruce Lasicki, assistants Todd Buzzlack and Tim Mudron. At this time, I'd like to announce our umpires. Behind the plate in the 16th season of high school baseball.
All right.
Pastura. And on the base paths in his 21st season, Dan Bache. At this time, I'd ask everyone to please rise and remove your caps as we play our national anthem.
Okay. What's happening? All right. I can't see anything.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Landon Beal. Outstanding throw from Ryan White, the Panthers catcher. And as quickly as Beal is on, he's out at second base. One out in the inning, Anthony Rados at the plate. The 0-1 pitch is on the outside part of the plate. It's called strike. Rados, the sophomore, a pitcher today for Wellington. Outstanding hitter. Rados to second base. Caught, dropped, throw, safe at first base. Isaiah Amaris had trouble with the handle, and safe at first is Rados. So back-to-back errors for the Panthers to start this first inning.
Now batting for Wellington, Gavin Wacker.
That'll bring the third straight right-handed hitter in the Dan Davison lineup for Wellington to the plate. Gavin Wacker. Wacker, the senior shortstop. First pitch to him moves him off the plate. It's ball one. Wellington coming into today a 9-2 loss in their last game. That was 2 days ago to Black River. Wacker with a pop-up, center field, deep, going back over the head of Elyria Catholic's Noah Willett. Willett will throw it into his cutoff man, and checking in at second with a stand-up double is Wacker and Anthony Rados all the way to third base. Rados had to hold up a little at first just to see if Willett had a bead on that fly ball straight away center field. So he is at third. Wacker is at second with a double over the center fielder's head, and Preston Cochran comes to the plate for Wellington. First pitch to Cochran is in the dirt. Nice job by Ryan White, the Panther catcher. Dropping and blocking and keeping Rados at third base. Jansura's 1-0 pitch. Ground ball in the hole off the third baseman's glove. That's a base hit in the infield. That's a tough play. It'll go as a hit, and the Dukes get a run. So Cochran with a two-hopper to the hole between short and third. Rados scores on it. Wacker moves to third, and Cochran's on with an RBI and a base hit. He's at first base. Two hits, one run in so far for Wellington in this inning. Today's Diamond Duel broadcast brought to you by several sponsors. Your North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title. Real estate title insurance and escrow services across the state of Ohio. Another ball in the dirt, and White with another nice block. Ryan White, the junior Panther catcher. JoJo Jansura on the mound, the senior. JoJo in only his 7th inning of pitching this year. This is a non-conference game with the Ohio High School Athletic Association tournament coming up next week, so both managers are not throwing their aces tonight. That's a fly ball down the right field line, and it fouls fall. Foul.
One of those F's was going to work for you, Ron. Foul, full.
Keep trying till you get it right. This is Kane Davison at the plate, and joining me is my broadcast partner, Jared Kozar. We've got Nick Hershey running the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel camera today. It's great to have Hirsch along with us. Next pitch is called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kane Davison. Davison, a right-handed hitter, first baseman, the senior. Here comes the pitch from Jansura, and Davison gets under it. It's a pop-up in the infield. Luke Doss at shortstop's under it at the cut of the grass, and that is the second out of the inning.
The right fielder, Tyler Bird.
Dukes with runners at first and third. Gavin Wacker at third base after a double in his at-bat, and Preston Cochran's at first. He's got the run batted in this inning. And Tyler Burns, the junior right fielder, at the plate. A right-handed hitter, everybody so far. And this is the 6th hitter of the inning for the Dukes, batting from the right side. The right-hander, Jansura, throws, and it's well outside, ball 1. As I said on Jansura, just 6 innings pitched all season long. And, well, the Panthers have played 22 games so far. He's got 1 win, no losses, 1 save. Next pitch off speed, swing and a miss, and it gets by the catcher and checking in at second. will be Preston Cochran. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Tyler Burns. Jansur is ready. And here comes the pitch. Outside corner. That is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Burns. 2 outs for the Dukes. Top of the first. 2 runners on. JoJo looks, and the offering, and it gets by the catcher, but it's a short backstop here at Elyria Catholic. So a pass ball or wild pitch would have to kick up either baseline, third or first, for a runner to score from third. Counts now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 offering, and it's short-hopped. Count is now full on Tyler Burns. Burns, the 6th hitter in the top half of the first for the Dukes of Wellington. Pitch to Burns, and it's taken inside, ball 4. So Tyler Burns works a 2-out walk, and the bases are now full of Dukes for the sophomore catcher, right-handed hitting Chase Milks. Jansur, a lot of pitches in this first inning. The first one to Milks is at the knees. It's strike 1.
Hirsch, unplug everything.
Jansur in those 6 innings
And then plug everything back.
coming into today, and the pitch is a ball, has walked 5 and he struck out 6. And he's given up 3 earned runs. Counts even on the right-handed hitting Milks. Here comes the pitch, and it's outside and low. It's ball 2. Chase Milks, the sophomore catcher. 2 balls and a strike to him. Here comes the 2-1 offering, and it's again low and outside. And Milks is 1 pitch away from a bases-loaded walk. The 3-1 pitch right down the chute, and it's full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jansur, one of the seniors, being honored today here at Elyria Catholic in a ceremony before the game. It's senior day, last regular season appearance. 3-2 pitch, waffled at, tough play at third, nice play at third. Zach Gaines comes up and gets a slow roller and throws it across to Mason Knapp, and Elyria Catholic's out of the inning. The damage is limited to just 1 run. 1 run, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 errors, and we head to the bottom half of the first. It's 1-0 Dukes.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
hitters to the plate in the top half of the first. The Panthers start out back-to-back lefties. 1 ball, 1 strike to Noah Willett. Willett playing center field today and hitting .329. The 1-1 pitch fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jared, the last time you and I saw Elyria Catholic play Willett through a complete game against Midview.
He threw a very confident-looking game. You said it wasn't perfect, but it was sure pretty close. Although the Middies played really well through about 5 innings of that ball game too, over at their pristine new facility.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Willett swings at an off-speed pitch, diving in the dirt, fouls it off, stays alive.
Guy I want to thank right now, Nick Hershey, helping to troubleshoot some things. Rocco Nushi checking in from us from a little bit afar and making sure that we can troubleshoot our way out of things. And it took about an inning, but we got it.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and Rados skips in and almost hit Willett. Did not. And the count is now full on the left-handed hitting Noah Willett.
You had a really good anecdotal situation with Noah Willett's father afterwards. He was a baseball player at Bay, and you did one of his games.
Yeah, 2-hop ground ball to second. Hesitation and barely getting the speedy Willett. Goodness gracious, Preston Cochran gave his manager a heart attack with that at-ease throw to first base. It's Cochran to Davison, and there are 2 outs in the inning. Yeah, Noah Willett's dad came up to us after the broadcast, the game at Midview, and he said, Ron, I don't know if you remember me. He said, but I was playing at Bay High when you were a sports reporter in Cleveland, and you did a story that included me with highlights, and he said it was really cool to have you here today to call my son's name, and that was pretty neat. I gotta be honest, that was very nice of him to come up and say that. Pop up with 2 outs, right back to the pitcher, and it's dropped. The Panthers will live to swing again. JoJo Jansura hit a simple pop-up up in the air to Anthony Rados, and Rados had it pop out of his glove.
Quite a bit of sunlight here this afternoon over at EC as we are finding out through our own trials and tribulations, but live to swing another day, as you mentioned, Ron.
So Jansura's on at first with a 2-out error. That brings the cleanup hitter, left-handed hitting Mason Knapp, and he's moved off the plate on a fastball from Rados. Knapp, the first baseman, a junior for Elyria Catholic. 1-0 offering. High again. 2 balls, no strikes. Our umpires today behind the plate in his 16th season of doing high school baseball, Dale Costura. Ground ball through the hole into right field. That's a base hit, and rounding second and holding at second is Jansura. So Knapp with a 2-out single. Now let's see if that error comes back to haunt Wellington in this first inning. A hard hit ground ball between second and first for Mason Knapp. Brings Luke Doss to the plate. Doss is not the hitter that you want to face with a runner in scoring position. He leads the team with 23 hits this year. He's also hitting .333. The right-handed hitting shortstop hits the first pitch, line drive into left field. Over the shortstop's head, a run will score for Elyria Catholic, and this game is tied at 1. Coming in is JoJo Jansura and Luke Doss with another run batted in. Boy, it all started with the error.
Yeah, they're 2 down, and like you mentioned, they did not want to get themselves in a situation where they were going to have to face a guy like Doss with runners in scoring position, and made him pay for it right there. Tie ball game. Panthers are looking for more here.
So Doss is at first, and you can bet your bottom dollar he's going to be going. He leads the team in stolen bases with 13. Runner at third, and there he goes. And they'll throw behind the runner at third. It goes off the shoulder blade and almost into the Wellington dugout. That hit squarely in the back, Mason Knapp. It's a good throw by Chase Milks. And it hit Knapp right in the back as he was going back to the bag. So ball, glove, and back were all in the same spot there. Pitch was a ball, 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position for Elyria Catholic. Rados is ready, and the pitch is called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan White at the plate. White, the Panther catcher. Ryan, the right-handed hitting catcher, facing the right-handed pitching, Anthony Rados. Here comes the offering from the sophomore. It's popped up, left field, deep, going back, deep, still going back, and it is gone! A 3-run home run for Ryan White. How about that?
That one was stroked, and you had a feeling it could go. The wind kind of pushing it out just ever so slightly, but that one to about the deepest part of the ballpark here at Elyria Catholic as we sit just off of Route 113.
That is a 3-run jack for Ryan White, and his 2nd home run of the season, his team-leading 2nd home run of the year.
And again, all this happening with 2 down and the error that led to this 4-run explosion.
Well, it's certainly a saying that wasn't invented recently, but walks and errors, they'll kill you. They'll just destroy you. Now at the plate for Elyria Catholic, Isaiah Amaris. Amaris, the senior second baseman. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, that one is hit hard, real deep. Left center field and back-to-back home runs for Elyria Catholic. All with 2 outs. 5 runs by the Panthers with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 1st. Well, that was a high heater that Isaiah Amaris looked at it like it was a chocolate chip cookie right out of the oven.
Everything comes down to food with you, and that's appropriate there because he ate up that pitch is what happened. That one got out of here in a hurry. It was high, but, I mean, that was a rocket off the bat of Amaris. And, again, to a pretty deep part of this ballpark, Wellington's going to try to talk some things over here. Rados has to shake that off, literally, figuratively. Again, they were nearly out of this inning. This is the hard part to believe.
It was a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah.
A simple pop-up back to the pitcher. But, Jared, you're right when you said the sun's brutal right now. And I don't know if Rados lost it in the sun or not. But
it would be easy to do.
Yeah, it would be real easy to do, and it wouldn't be, an excuse that you're just making up. But nonetheless, the reality is that Elyria Catholic has scored 5 since that 3rd out popped out of the glove. First pitch to the number 8 hitter, Braden Winter, moves him off the plate. It's ball 1. Winter, the junior, right-handed hitter, right fielder for Elyria Catholic. Now, as I said, we expect a lot of runs in this game by both teams because both managers have chosen to go with guys who just don't have a whole lot of innings pitched so far this year. This is a non-conference game, point number 1. Point number 2, the state playoffs start next week. So you want all your big arms fresh and rested when the games really count. Pitch in the dirt. And it's a 3-0 count right now on Braden Winter.
Nonetheless, a good matchup between local teams that, quite frankly, you hope the teams of this size and stature can play each other. You want to get those local matchups.
Division 4 against Division 5. That's a line drive, and it's hard hit past the shortstop and into left field for another Panther hit.
Knew he was going to get something in the 3-0 count and made him pay. And EC still looking for more. We've used that term a couple of times this half inning, but it's appropriate for what's going on.
Ninth batter to hit this inning for Elyria Catholic right now. Next up, the top of the order. Pitch in the dirt, and checking in at second base is Braden Winter. Jeremiah Toady at the plate. High heat, swung on, popped up, third base line. Shortstop back, shallow left, and it falls in. That's going to be a base hit, lost in the sun and wind, and just in a place that nobody could get to. And Elyria Catholic will score another run.
number 13, Zachariah Gay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight hits. 2 of those home runs, 4 singles for Elyria Catholic after the error that would have gotten the Dukes out of the inning.
As they have now batted around here in their home half of this first inning.
Gaines back at the plate. Zach hit a hard ground ball to Wellington's first baseman, Kane Davison, in his first at bat. It was the first out of the inning. He could get the first out and the last out.
I think he's hoping that he doesn't record the last out. He was quite the table setter against Midview in their game that we had just a couple weeks back.
2-0 pitch is in the dirt. Count moves to 3 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. And the leadoff hitter for the Panthers, their senior third baseman at the plate. Rados is ready, and here comes the 3-0 pitch. It is offered at, fouled off. Count now 3 balls and a strike. Ron Yance, Jared Kozar, and Nick Hershey along with you today from Elyria Catholic High School on a beautiful mid-May day. Looking in for the sign, the 3-1 pitch. We're going to have to wait for it. They'll throw to first. Sliding back in is Tody safely. 3-1 pitch, ground ball right back at Davison at first. And the first out is also the last out. Zach Gaines makes them both. We'll head to the top of the second. Wow, Elyria Catholic with 2 outs put 6 runs on the board. We'll be back.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
It is Ron Yance, Jared Kozar, and the All-American guy, Nick Hershey. You thought I was going to call you the All-American, didn't you, Jared?
Hirsch is everyone's All-American.
Hirsch is everyone's All-American. Hirsch is running camera on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel, bringing you all the great action in today's non-conference baseball matchup between Elyria Catholic, the home team, and the Dukes of Wellington. We're also on WEOL.com. And we'd like to thank our sponsors for the Diamond Duel, North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco, Network Land Title, Nick Abraham Buick GMC, and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Lorain County Community College, the City of Elyria, and Eco Tree Services. A lot going on here right now in Lorain County with both baseball and softball on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Starting the top of the second inning, Parker Bowman, the freshman center fielder for Wellington, leading it off. Jojo Jansura started the first. He's on the hill here for the second. And the 1-0 offering is right at the letters. It's strike 1.
We have a winner.
Bowman, just a freshman, starting in center field for the Dukes. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and it's a fastball taken. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ron, big news developing to our right. Our very own Nick Hershey is the recipient of a door prize here on Senior Day at Elyria Catholic. So congratulations to Hirsch. He knew right what to do. Drop the headset, go over there and get your prize.
He didn't care. He didn't care about the camera shot anymore. He gave up on the camera shot. Nick is shooting through a chain link fence, so his camera angle isn't what he would hope for, but he's going to do the best he can. Count is now full on the leadoff hitter Parker Bowman here in the Wellington top of the second. It is 6-1 Elyria Catholic.
Dukes got a run in the top of the first. Panthers got 6 in the bottom half of the first. Here comes the pitch. Full count pitch fouled off right field line. The defense for Elyria Catholic looks like this. In the outfield, Chase Atkins is in left field. Senior Noah Willett in center. And junior Braden Winter is in right field. Settling in the right-handed batter's box is Parker Bowman. And here comes the full count pitch. Outside corner, took a fastball, and it was a strike. And Bowman is out looking. The strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Real education for good jobs. It's commencement weekend at Lorain County Community College. The class of 2026 will graduate on Saturday morning.
Take your pick. It's going
to be Saturday morning. I'll be there.
You've got a 72-hour process.
Yeah. So 1 out in the inning. Zach Kale at the plate. And Kale takes a pitch low and away for ball 1. Dale Costura behind the plate in his 16th year, calling balls and strikes. Foul tip. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the number 9 hitter, Zach Kale. In the field, Dan Beisch in his 21st season. Fastball outside corner, 2 strikes on Kale. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Zach Kale.
He was very adamant earlier that Dale Costura would be doing the bulk of the heavy lifting.
The 1-2 pitch, moving Kale off the plate. Count is now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
At least that's what he conveyed to Nick Hershey and I.
Well, you know, combined 35 years between those two guys. You got to like it if you're coming up to the diamond and you see Dan and Dale. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off the screen. And Kale will take another pitch. Zach, the number 9 hitter. 1 out in the inning, top of the second, and a 6-1 Elyria Catholic game right now. Panthers at home. Their last game was a loss here on this field to Benedictine 2 days ago, 4-3. The 2-2 pitch is low and outside. Count is now even, or full rather, on Zach Kale. Next week, the Panthers on the 21st of May will play Firelands in the Division IV opening round of the tournament. Swinging and waving and missing is Zach Kale on a fastball on the outside part of the plate. So 2 up and 2 down, both strikeouts. That strikeout again brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at Lorain County Community College.
Maybe a broadcast item to mention, we have tentative plans to be there a week from today. Be here, I should say.
The EC Firelands game?
We think that that's going to be a good way to start up our postseason coverage of baseball. 2 local teams that are pretty familiar with each other going at it.
Yeah, Firelands heading into today 10-9 on the year, 7-6 in the LC8, so having a decent season for the Falcons. At the plate now, the leadoff hitter, Landon Beal. And Beal has worked the count in his favor, 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, you get some longtime area managers in the form of Bruce Lisicki and then also Dan Ransom over at Fireland. So it's always good to see guys like that lock horns in a non-conference game postseason.
Lisicki in his 15th year here at Elyria Catholic. 2-1 pitch, ground ball back to the Panthers shortstop. Luke Doss across the field, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Dukes. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we head to the bottom half of the second here at Elyria Catholic. It's the home team. The Panthers up 6-1.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
A beautiful blue sky. Sunshine splashing the field here, the green grass and the well-manicured dirt of the infield at Elyria Catholic High School. Ron Yance, Jared Kozar, and Nick Hershey along with you. Bottom of the second, the Panthers will send to the plate their 2, 3, and 4 hitters scheduled to hit. Noah Willett will lead it off. If you're just joining us on either WEOL.com or the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel, the Panthers scored 6 runs in the bottom of the first, all with 2 outs after a 2-out error by the Wellington Dukes. And that has been the difference in a very early baseball game. This is Willett, number 1, the left-handed hitting senior center fielder. Noah grounded out to second in his first at bat. First pitch to him's in the dirt. Willett on the year, tied for the team lead coming into today with 23 hits. There are 4 Panthers with 23 hits. And Willett's one of them. Pitch across the chest, it's called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off speed, off the plate. Two balls and a strike to Noah Willett. Here comes the pitch. Noah turns on it. Ground ball to second, just like last time, and he's out at first. Preston Cochran, the senior second baseman, with a solid play at second base for the first out of the inning. JoJo Jansura's walk-up music, Almost Heaven. John Denver. Isn't that the Lauders walk-up music too?
We're going to call that Country Roads, not necessarily Almost Heaven, but that is the opening lyric. And yes, it is the entrance music to Phenom Chase DeLauder, who's swinging the bat pretty well right now.
I call it Almost Heaven. I don't care what
I think that's on the sign when you see it.
Care what John Denver called
it.
The
guy that wrote the song, he didn't know.
He didn't know. 2 balls, no strikes, and that's swung on and fouled back. Jansura, who's pitching today, he's the guy that started it all in the bottom of the first for Elyria Catholic. Hit a simple pop-up to the middle of the infield, actually right in front of the mound that the Dukes couldn't handle, and that led to a 6-run inning. Off-speed pitch, it was a good one. Jansura just really, with great discipline, laying off that one, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike.
You know, Ron, and I'm wondering if we are occupying the space normally taken up by Jansura's father off to our left-hand side. He's patiently watching this at bat, but we might have infringed upon his territory.
3-1 pitch is low and in the dirt. It's a ball. So Jansura's on. I think he's in charge of. Is he in charge of the
scoreboard?
Video feed or
I don't know.
Scoreboard?
A lot going on here.
Senior day here at Elyria Catholic. They honored all the seniors beforehand in a real nice ceremony, and one of which is Jansura, who's now on at first. Went out in the inning, and this is Mason Knapp at the plate. First pitch to Mason is high. It's ball 1. Knapp, the junior, at first base. He had a base hit in his first at bat, and he scored a run. 1 out in the inning, runner on, and a throw back. Wellington will play. Get the South Range swing and a miss, the pitch to Mason Knapp on an off-speed pitch. Wellington gets South Range next week at South Range. Last time I was at South Range was for a football playoff game. Columbia. Jay Ward had to take his team out there. That was a
an impressive show by South Range. Next pitch, ground ball, little soft grounder to short. Play at second, little shovel, and they'll be content with the force out at second base. So a nice force out from Wacker to Cochran, 6-4 in the infield, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, tough to forget the Columbia team that made it to that regional and got upended by Columbus Grove over at Clyde. But, you know, that was the year that they were able to go on the road and get a couple of wins and break through under Jason Ward. And what a year that was. But prior to that, going on the road was pretty tough.
This is Luke Doss at the plate. Doss takes a first pitch breaking ball that drops nicely for a strike. Luke in his first at bat, base hit to left field. The pitch fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes to Doss. Doss and Knapp all came in on a Ryan White 3-run home run. And then following White was Amaris. Isaiah hit a solo shot. And both home runs almost went to the exact same spot in the chain link fence in left center field. One was a high home run, White's, and Amaris's was a line drive that got out in a hurry. Throw back to first, back safely is Mason Knapp. Comes the pitch in the dirt, nice job, dropping block by Milks. And getting into second base was Knapp on the pitch in the dirt.
Wait for the Wellington infield to back it up there because that one could have sailed into the outfield and could have been a runner on third for EC.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Rados looks at second, now comes to the plate. Throws it off speed off the plate, and the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning, nobody in yet. Knapp at second for Elyria Catholic. Bottom of the second, it's 6-1 EC. Pitch, fastball, fly ball, left field, deep, but not deep enough. Under it, and with the out is Zach Kale, the left fielder for the Dukes. So 4 batters, 3 outs, 1 walk, 1 left on base. We head to the top half of the third. It's 6-1, Elyria Catholic.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Another one. Here I have a binder clip for you.
Top half of the third from Elyria Catholic. It is 6-1 Panthers over the Dukes of Wellington. Elyria Catholic trying to win their 15th game on the season. They are 14-8 coming into today. The Dukes of Wellington 4-13. Dan Davison, the 7th year leading the Wellington program. Dan, a Duke graduate, played for Larry DeVoe at Wellington in the mid-1990s, graduated in 1996. His team will travel to South Range next week to start the Division V state tournament.
Anthony Rodos.
Top half of the third, the senior shortstop, or sophomore pitcher rather, Anthony Rados now at the plate. Wacker, the senior shortstop, will hit next. First pitch to Anthony's a ball. He got on an error in the first. Hit a ground ball to second that was misplayed. Second pitch is outside, but called a strike. Counts even now on Anthony Rados. Rados leads the team in hitting in about every way. .375 batting average, fouls off that pitch, counts 1 and 2. Runs batted in with 12, doubles with 4, hits with 18, and runs scored with 14. He does it all, and he's a sophomore. JoJo Jansura on the hill. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Broke off the plate. Counts now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And despite trailing 6-1 on the mound, has looked confident at times out there as well.
Yeah, and like I said, he's 8 innings pitched this year. He's not in the regular rotation. And neither is Jansura. And the count is now full with a fastball on the outside off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jansura's ready, and here comes the full count pitch. Fouled off. What's the rest of the week look like?
Well, we've got a rare day off tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So we will not be in action. Saturday afternoon, it'll be the Amherst Comets. Matt Rossitano and company welcoming Wadsworth into town. Rob Polinsky and I will be on hand for that one. We'll be joined by the crew from Comets Live. They do a great job, and that'll be on the YouTube page for the CT. And so you can catch it there, and you'll get some great camera shots, courtesy of the folks over at Comets Live.
Yeah, that should be a special broadcast. And what a year Amherst is having. Picking up right where they left off last year. Well, on Monday, I'll be out at Amherst for softball as the state playoffs start. It'll be Amherst with the Massillon Tigers making the trip. This is Wacker at the plate for Wellington. First pitch to him is outside. It's ball 1. Gavin in his first at bat hit a double to straightaway center field. Hit it over Noah Willett in center field. Here comes the 1-0. Out front on a changeup. Swinging through it. Counts now even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Busy week next week on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Will be, as you mentioned, here over at Amherst Monday.
1-1 off the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Be back here for tournament softball on Tuesday over at EC, just a little bit down the way over there on the softball field. And then, as we mentioned, Thursday afternoon, back here again for the baseball side, EC taking on Firelands.
Rados at first, pitch drilled left field right at the left fielder, diving and catching it. Oh my, what a catch by Chase Atkins.
That's a double play.
Did he make the catch?
That's going to be a double play.
Or did he short hop it? Did Atkins make the catch?
Well,
no, the umpire said he didn't make it. He short hopped it. I think everybody was confused. There was players, runners, coaches, and everybody but the umpires.
I don't know, Ron. There's 2 down here.
Was it a...
They've put 2 down on the board, and there are no runners for Wellington on the base paths. They're going to say it's a double play.
Right, I wonder if he made the catch and they doubled the runner up,
or
did he not make the catch and everybody was confused? They tagged the runner out and then threw the runner out. I don't know. I don't know what that call was.
I don't know.
We got to figure it out. We do know this. There are 2 outs in the inning. And from our vantage point, the left field grass is actually kind of hidden from us by the infield dirt and the lip that's out there. So, and Atkins made a sensational play, whether he caught it or not. I think he caught it. I can't wait to find out for sure. In the meantime, at the plate is Preston Cochran, senior second baseman. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count on Cochran. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Jansura, and it's high and outside, 2 balls and a strike. So there are 2 outs in the inning on a line drive by Gavin Wacker that turned into a double play to left field. Pitch swung on and missed by Cochran. Counts now even, 2-2. 2 outs in the inning. It's the top of the 3rd and a 6-1 Elyria Catholic lead over Wellington right now. Here comes the 2-2 off-speed pitch. And Preston Cochran looked at it. It was low and away. Count is now full. Preston with an infield hit his last at bat, and he had a run batted in. The only run batted in so far for the Dukes. The 3-2 pitch is outside. It's ball 4.
Second walk in 3 innings for JoJo Jansura. JoJo with 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's only given up 2 hits. Called strike on Kane Davison, the senior first baseman for Wellington. Kane popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball to knees, no balls, 2 strikes. Davison looks down at his third base coach, the manager, who also happens to be his father. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, it was a beauty. Boy, that was a curveball that just froze Kane Davison. Credit JoJo Jansura for that. That was a beautiful pitch. And that's a strikeout looking. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left for Wellington. And we head to the bottom of the third at 6-1, Elyria Catholic.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Back here at Elyria Catholic, Ron Yantz ably trying to chase down our umpire and fielding crew to see just what that call was. And I think he's going to get an answer from Dale Costura momentarily and be able to clear that up for those of you scoring at home, what that looked like. So hit the mitt, fell out. Okay, so it wasn't necessarily a trap, but Ron's going to give you the explanation right there for that just strange sequence that resulted in a double play.
Yeah, we're talking to Dale Costura, the home plate umpire, and I asked him because it's difficult at our vantage point because it was a ball short diving left fielder in the grass, and he said it hit the glove of Chase Atkins and popped out. So it wasn't a short hop and it wasn't a catch. It was a ball that popped out of the heel of the mitt, and Wellington was just as confused as I think everybody on the play, including the players in the outfield and in the infield, and it turned into a somewhat untraditional double play because the runner at first didn't know what to do, the batter didn't know what to do, so they tagged the runner out, and then they got the guy out at first, and it really kind of wilted the inning for Wellington. So this is Elyria Catholic's Ryan White, who hit a 3-run home run in his last at bat, and he's taken 2 straight balls here to start the bottom half of the third inning. White hit a 3-run home run. That was his 2nd home run on the season, and that leads the team. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and it's low off the catcher's toe, and it's a 3-0 count on Ryan White. Now, we've seen a couple of Panthers, Jared, swinging on 3-0. And with the power that White's got, I got to believe he might get the green light here. Here comes the pitch, and it moved him off the plate. That's not one that you're even going to offer at. And it's ball 4.
Point is that White's on base again, and he's been busy this afternoon, and he's got a chance to help his team out even more now.
Isaiah Amaris, the right-handed hitting senior second baseman at the plate for the Panthers. Amaris hit a line drive laser shot, and a pickoff play at first. It got away, and White moves down to second base.
We'll see if this changes the situation and approach here for Amaris with a runner at second now. Nobody down, and he hit one that was a razor sharp out to center field.
Moved him off the plate. Amaris had to turn away from that pitch. That was high heat inside, and it's a ball 1 to Isaiah Amaris. Isaiah on the year, hitting .255 with a homer and a triple. Next pitch, high and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Hit him in the back. Pitch from Anthony Rados hit Amaris square in the back, just above the waist. So a walk and a hit batter.
Rados had been kind of dancing around that inside of the right-hander's batter's box there. White had to kind of shrug one off too, and then not the sequence that Amaris needed there.
Off-speed pitch, the first offering to Braden Winter, and it's off the plate for ball 1. Winter, the number 8 hitter in manager Bruce Lisicki's lineup. The 1-0 offering, 2 on, and it's a soft ground ball. This one's going to be trouble in the grass, and nobody's really going to get a handle on it. That's going to be an infield hit.
Yep. Yeah, it's as good as a bunt in that situation that just gets away from me and dies in that infield grass. And everybody's safe now for EC with nobody down here in the home half of the third.
Jeremiah Tody comes to the plate, the number 9 hitter, the designated hitter. Tody hitting for the left fielder, Chase Adkins. Jeremiah in his first at bat had a base hit to left field, and he knocked in a run in that 6-run first inning for Elyria Catholic. Bases full of Panthers, and the pitch is called strike 1. Working out of the windup is Rados. Here comes the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Counts now even, 1 ball and a strike. Doing a nice job all game is Chase Milks, the sophomore catcher for Wellington. That pitch saved the run. I think that one skips up the first baseline a little bit if it gets by him. 1-1 pitch is high, 2 balls and a strike. As I said, both managers electing to go with 2 pitchers today, starting pitchers who really aren't in the regular rotation, just trying to eat innings. And the 2-1 pitch is fouled back. Counts even now on Tody. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So I would think that you'd see both Rados and Jansura pitch deep into this baseball game.
It would seem like that, but again, it's 6-0 right here, or 6-1 rather, with 3 on and nobody out. You wonder if maybe they want to get somebody thinking about throwing.
Here comes the pitch, off speed, another drop and block. Wow. That one hit in front of the plate, maybe 3 or 4 feet. Milks kept it in front of him. Counts now even, or full rather, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the full count pitch. Ground ball, soft one to third base. They'll go to first for the out, and it will not be an out. It's a wild pitch, or a wild throw to first base, and 2 runs will score for the Panthers. Coming in are Ryan White and Isaiah Amaris on the throwing error by the Wellington third baseman. 2 runs now in.
And nobody out here in this inning. Runners at the corners for EC with the top of the lineup looking to, again, put some more numbers on that board.
Boy, the Panthers chose, or the Dukes chose to let the Panthers score the run just to get the out in the inning, and it just did not work out in any way, shape, or form. Not only did they not get an out, it was a throwing error that went up the right field line and 2 runs scored on it.
Yeah, compounded a few problems.
Top of the order, Zach Gaines. He is 0 for 2, 2 ground balls to Wellington's first baseman, Kane Davison. First pitch to Zach was high and outside. Here comes the second one, and that's low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitting Panther, Gaines. It is 8-1 Elyria Catholic here in the bottom half of the third. Runners at first and third, and the pitch hit up the middle. And right at the second baseman up the middle, and the force out at second base. The second baseman was moving towards the bag, and it turned into an easy play for Preston Cochran.
So in the meantime, the run at third scores, making it 9-1.
Winter scores. Tody's out at second. And there's 1 out in the inning. Running on the pitch, swinging through and fouling it off is Willett. Zach Gaines is going to come back. Gaines has 10 stolen bases on the year. The leader for the Panthers is Luke Doss, his fellow senior teammate. Doss has got 13. Counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And Rados will throw over to first base.
And I'm not completely sold on the concept that he's going to be running with a 9-1 lead right now. I think that's just more along the lines of he's looking to get going should contact be made. Although on senior day, you might want to put a stolen base on the tally.
Pitch fouled off.
That's going to hit a car.
Willett upset with himself. I think he saw a pitch that he really liked, and he missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior left-handed hitting center fielder. The throw back again to first. Laredo's playing catch with his first baseman, Davison.
Yeah, that's the thing you got to consider here on 113. Eastbound traffic is not necessarily out of harm's way with a foul ball.
The pitch, line drive center field, and it will fall in front of the Wellington center fielder, and Gaines will check into second base. That was Parker Bowman coming in for Wellington, making a nice play on a ball hit on a rope right at him. Gaines is at second, Willett with a solid single to center. Jojo Jansura now at the plate with runners at first and second. Jojo on the day 0 for 1. And he fouls off a pitch. Scored a run, got on an error in the first. He was the catalyst or the lead to the 6-run with 2-out inning for Elyria Catholic, and then he walked in the second inning. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on for the Panthers. That's a hard ground ball to third. That's a tailor-made double play. Stepping on third, going across the field, Davison off the bag, and Kane makes a real nice play on a Landon Beal throw that drew him off the bag and right into the runner, Jojo Jansura. So that's a double play, and that ends the inning. But Elyria Catholic scores 3. They do it on 2 hits. There was an error, and they leave a runner. We head to the top half of the 4th. It's Elyria Catholic 9, Wellington 1.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
Top half of the 4th here at Elyria Catholic. And I think some changes are being made right now in the Wellington lineup. Manager Dan Davison for Wellington is meeting with home plate umpire Dale Costura in front of that Wellington dugout on the third base side. Dale, the plate umpire, looking at that roster card that he's got in his back pocket. Scheduled to bat for Wellington and warming up right now is Tyler Burns. Burns is the right-handed hitting right fielder for the Dukes. It's 9-1, Elyria Catholic. The Panthers with 6 runs in the first, all with 2 outs, and then 3 there in the bottom half of the 3rd. They've got 9 runs on 8 hits.
Now batting for Wellington.
Two changes coming up. Again, if you missed it earlier, updating our schedule for the weekend, we are going to have Amherst hosting Wadsworth in baseball. That'll be a noon first pitch coming your way on the WEOL Diamond Duel regular season finale. Wadsworth making the trip over to Amherst. Rob Polinsky, myself, will make the trip. Be ably assisted by the folks with Comets Live, and that'll bring you those visuals on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
So this is Tyler Burns ready to lead off the top half of the fourth. The pitch from Jansura is inside, moves Burns off the plate. It's ball one. Tyler in his first at bat walked in that first inning. The Dukes had one run in that first inning, but they had the bases loaded with 2 outs. Jansura's ready, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's low and in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Wellington trying to get their 5th win of the year. The 2-0 pitch from Jansura is taken for a strike at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. Their wins this year, one against Mapleton, one against Columbia, and then they beat Oberlin twice in LC8 play. So 3 of their 4 in conference play. Swinging through and missing is Burns on a 2-1 pitch. Counts now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you look at the LC8 this year, Black River is in the lead right now, 8 wins and 1 loss. Keystone's right behind them with a 12-2 record. Pitch was a ball, counts now full. Jansura is ready to go. Here comes the Burns, and it's ball 4, high and outside. So Tyler Burns, 2 at-bats, 2 walks, and he's on at first base to start this top half of the fourth.
The catcher, Chase Milks.
Chase Milks will now hit, the catcher, the sophomore, right-handed batter in this Dukes lineup. Chase hitting 7th in Dan Davison's batting order today. Here comes the first pitch, and it's well outside. It's ball 1. Milks at his first at bat, grounded out to third to end that first inning. Check it first. Here comes the pitch to the plate. And it's a 1-hopper, 2-hopper, short hopper to third. Nice play. Oh, bad throw. It goes into right field, and running from second to third will be Burns. The throw's into third. Tyler's safe, and safe at first on a fielder's choice. And then the throwing error is Milks. Boy, Zach Gaines made a nice play on a short hop and just threw it into right field.
Yeah, did well to come up with that one. And like you said, you thought that could be 2. The way that he had come up with that, but the relay just not there, and maybe EC did well to minimize the damage.
So the Panthers working with a 9-1 lead, just looking for outs right now. And at the plate, Michael Fox. Fox will pinch hit for Parker Bowman. Michael, a junior, wearing number 14, right-handed hitter. He's ready to go, and so is Jansura. Fox shows bunt, pulls back, runner is going. The play is made at second. It goes into center field, and scoring for the Dukes is Tyler Burns. And the Dukes head to third. Chase Milks got the stolen base, went to third as the throw went into center field, and Tyler Burns scored. It's 9-2. So Wellington got exactly what they wanted out of a Michael Fox show on a bunt. Nobody out. 1-0 pitch is outside. Actually, the first pitch was called a strike, so that's a ball for a 1-1 count now. Fox is ready. Here comes the pitch from Jansura. Fox swings and fouls it off, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jansura to Fox. Fox, ground ball again to third. 2-hopper, Gaines up with it. Line drive across the field, and it's Gaines to Knapp. First out of the inning. But scoring on it is Chase Milks. So Milks scores on the ground ball out to third, and it's 9-3 Elyria Catholic.
Yeah, chipping away at it for Wellington here in this top of the fourth inning. Trying to get a little bit closer, little by little.
Caleb Hamer now at the plate for Wellington. Hamer, a junior, pinch hitting here in the top half of the fourth for Zach Kale. One 1-0 pitch Called strike, 1 ball, 1 strike on Hamer. 2 runs in the top half of the 4th for Wellington. They've got 3 on the scoreboard. They're down 9-3. Hamer swinging through a fastball at the ankles. He's ready, so is Jansura. JoJo's pitch. It's low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hamer, the number 9 hitter. Landon Beal, the leadoff guy, is next. 1 out in the inning, nobody on, 2 runs in for Wellington. Jansura's pitch outside. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. JoJo Jansura working in his 4th inning. He's walked 3, struck out 2. A full count pitch. Ground ball again to third. Again, it will be Gaines across the diamond, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Gaines to Knapp, 5-3. 2 outs for the Dukes.
The third baseman, Landon Beal.
Landon Beal, the leadoff hitter for Wellington, now at the plate. Landon 0 for 2. Looks at strike 1. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Landon, the right-handed hitter, hit a ground ball that just flat went under the glove of Zach Gaines at third base in the 1st inning. And then he grounded out to short in the 2nd. Swings through the 2nd offering. Nine to 3, Elyria Catholic. No balls, 2 strikes. Jansura's pitch, and that's strike 3. That one froze Landon Beal. That handcuffed him. It was an off-speed pitch that dropped right underneath his hands, and that will end the inning. That strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. It's real education for real jobs at Lorain County Community College. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for JoJo Jansura. 3 runs for Wellington, or 2 runs rather for Wellington in the 4th. They've got 3 on the game, but they're down 6. It's 9-3 Panthers as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Bottom half of the 4th from Elyria Catholic High School. 9-3 Panthers over the Dukes of Wellington in this non-conference diamond duel matchup. Ron Yance along with Jared Kozar and Nick Hershey this afternoon from a beautiful setting here at Elyria Catholic. New pitcher for the Dukes as we head to the bottom half of the 4th, Landon Beal. Their junior will move over from his spot at third base, and he'll take his place on the mound for the Dukes. Landon Beal on the year has pitched in 13 2/3 innings. He's given up 17 hits, 24 runs. 14 of the 24 have been earned. So he's been the victim of a lot of errors behind him. He's walked 15 and he's struck out 20. And he'll face Elyria Catholic's cleanup hitter Mason Knapp in the bottom half of the 4th. Knapp 1 for 2 so far this afternoon. The first pitch from Beal drops at the hands, and swinging through it is Knapp, strike 1. It's a nasty pitch to throw for your first one. Beal will work quickly. Out of the stretch, second pitch, high, fades away from the left-handed hitting Knapp. It's ball one.
Seemed like everybody got in the action on that big first inning for EC, but ever since then it's been a little bit more calmed down for Wellington.
Yeah, 6 runs in that first inning for Elyria Catholic. That pitch moves Knapp off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mason in that first inning had the first hit of what would be 6 in a row for Elyria Catholic. 2-1 pitch is outside. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Landon Beal.
And I cannot recall seeing 2 long balls in an inning this year. So hats off to the Panthers for a pretty big offensive explosion.
Yeah, back-to-back home runs by White and Amaris. 3-1 pitch, fouled down the right field line. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes on a left-handed hitting Mason Knapp. You mentioned it at the time. There's a wind, and it's just enough. And that high fly ball by Ryan White, and it was high. It was not a line drive, and it just got up in that wind and just kept floating. The 3-2 pitch is outside to Mason Knapp, so a leadoff walk for the left-handed hitting junior.
Yeah, at times it's been a little bit stronger than others this afternoon.
Right now.
But yeah, now would be a time if you were looking to elevate one, you'd have some extra aid, but never a point where I would say it was uncomfortable. But during one of those blasts, you thought to yourself, a little bit of wind might have helped that first one out.
Luke Doss at the plate. First pitch to Luke is high, taken for ball 1. Luke, the senior shortstop. 1 for 2 today, base hit in that first inning, and he flew out to left to end the second. On at first is Mason Knapp. Landon Beal on the hill, and the next pitch is high and moves Doss off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Beal from the stretch, checks the runner. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And right at the knees, it's a called strike 1.
That may have been the best pitch that Beal's thrown since that first one he opened with, and a swinging strike on Knapp.
Doss with 24 hits, got a hit today. Leads the team. He and Noah Willett. They both have 24 in the year. There were 4 at 23 coming into today. Here comes the 2-1 offering, and that's a fly ball right field. It's going to get up in the wind. It's going to move that right fielder, and it's going to drop. Checking in with a very long single is Luke Doss, and moving to third on it is Mason Knapp.
Sub-batting for the Panthers, the catcher, Ryan White.
Runners at the corners here, nobody down for Ryan White.
So just to review on White, leads the team when home runs hit this year with 2. And he got his second one in the first inning. It was a 3-run towering home run to left center field.
Situation eerily similar to this, except that was done with 2 outs.
Nobody out now, 2 runners on the corners. It's Knapp at third and Doss at first. On the hills, Landon Beal. And running, and successfully is Luke Doss. The Dukes will let him go. Catcher's indifferent. So Knapp at third, Doss at second, Ryan White at the plate. He's got 3 runs batted in. Looking for 2 more here. The pitch was a strike. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Off speed, a beauty, just off the edge of the plate. Called a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. But that had Ryan White thinking about it. That was a tempting pitch. Working quickly is Beal. Here comes the 1-1 offering, and it's high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, two in scoring position now. It's RBI time for Ryan White. I think he's going to wait for his right now.
White's been on twice. Home run and a walk. He has scored twice, and that one hits him in the left shoulder. The pitch from Landon Beal moved him off the plate and hit him in his left shoulder.
Second baseman, Isaiah Amaris.
Bases full of Panthers. Nobody out. Bottom of the fourth in a 9-3 Elyria Catholic game. And Isaiah Amaris, right-handed hitting second baseman at the plate. Isaiah hit a home run, and he got hit by a pitch. Swinging on the first one, it was high heat. Isaiah was all over it, but he hit it foul. Looked like to me that he was looking for that pitch.
Bases loaded
on it.
Nobody out. He's thinking to himself, my time has arrived.
Landon Beal ready with the 0-1 offering, and here it comes. It's high, ball one. Amaris with the solo shot. And a run batted in the first. And then hit by a pitch and scored in the 3-run third for the Panthers. It's 9-3, and we're in the bottom of the fourth. Here comes the Beal pitch. It's in the dirt. It gets by the catcher, but as I said, that short backstop, if it gets by the catcher and stays right behind the home plate area, nobody's coming from third. It's got to get up either line because there's just not enough room.
Yeah, not a ton of room here behind the plater. Really in foul territory anywhere you go here.
2 balls and a strike on Amaris. Beal's pitch. High, inside, makes him duck 3-1. No place to put Isaiah Amaris. Boy, if he's ever hit or sitting dead red, this is the time right now. Beal's ready, so is Amaris. Here comes the pitch. And it's low. It's ball 4.
The right fielder, Braden Winter.
So a run comes in. Mason Knapp trots in from third base. Luke Doss moves to third. Ryan White checks in at second. And Isaiah Amaris is now at first. Braden Winter at the plate, the number 8 hitter in this Bruce Lisicki lineup. Here comes the pitch from Beal. High, called ball 1. It's 10-3, bottom of the fourth. If the Panthers can put 3 more on the board and then get 3 outs in the top half of the fifth, this could be a quick game. Second pitch is low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Winter. And I think if you're Braden Winter, you're just waiting for a strike to be thrown before you swing. Here comes the pitch. And nowhere near the plate is Landon Beal right now.
Yeah, I think that has to be the mantra of anybody grabbing a bat for EC right now. Make them throw you a strike.
3 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded. Beal's ready, so is Winter. Here comes the 3-0 offering, and it's high. It's ball 4.
The designated hitter, Jeremiah Tony.
Coming to score will be Luke Doss. White's at third, Amaris at second, and Braden Winter now at first with Jeremiah Tody scheduled to check in, and there is going to be, looks like a pitching change.
Yeah, somebody came in from the outfield. I think that's the young man who's going to take the baseball.
So Dan Davison will make the change. Beal will head to center field, and coming in and to pitch for Wellington is Michael Fox. Fox was playing center field. He was in as a substitute for Parker Bowman, and now he finds himself on the pitcher's mound.
Now pitching for Wellington.
We'll take a break. It's 11-3 Panthers, bottom of the fourth, and they're still hitting. Nobody out with the bases loaded.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
So on the hill for Wellington is Michael Fox, and he is in a precarious position right now. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the first pitch to Jeremiah Toady is high for ball one. The Panthers have put themselves in this position with 5 straight plate appearances, 1 hit, 3 walks, and a hit batter. And the 1-0 to Toady is right at the waist. It's a strike, strike one. Fox working quickly. The 1-1 pitch swung through by Toady. Jeremiah Toady had one that they liked, and he just missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitting junior, Jeremiah Toady. Top of the order is next. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and it's high, taken for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Toady on the day had a base hit in that first inning, knocked in a run. And then he got to first in the 3rd inning on an error by the Duke third baseman. 2-2 pitch is low. Count is now full. No place to put Jeremiah Toady. Wellington pitchers have walked or hit 4 of the last 5 batters in this inning. Here comes the full count pitch, and it's a line drive foul down the first base line.
But again, the theory of their EC is going to be contentious. Keep the bat up there until they see a strike, or in this case have to defend.
Full count pitch on its way, and it's high for ball 4. Another walk.
The third baseman, Zach Gay.
So Toady gets a run batted in. Brian White scored. Amaris moves to third. Braden Winters now on at second, and top of the order is Zach Gaines. 3 runs in the inning. They had 6 in the first, 3 in the third, 3 now here in the fourth. It's 12-3, and Gaines gets moved off the plate. Gaines on the day, 0 for 3. Ground out to first twice and hit a fielder's choice on a ground ball to the third baseman. Here comes the 1-0 offering. Fox's pitch is high, over the plate but high. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
And again, just not a whole lot of answers for Wellington pitching right now, especially in this inning. It just seems that they're stuck in that Bermuda Triangle.
2-0 pitch, high and inside. It's 3-0.
Real tough spot to be in, as you mentioned, with just, limited personnel that you want to kind of save for next week when postseason play begins.
Yeah, that was the goal by both managers coming in. Use their pitchers that, are spot starters throughout the season. That one moves Gaines off the plate on a 3-0 pitch, and he'll walk down to first base. So 5 walks and a hit batter in the last 7 batters to come to the plate in this inning for Elyria Catholic.
And still nobody out is, I think, looming even larger right now, because even a double play ball is going to score somebody if you are fortunate to find your way into one of those.
So Amory scored on it, and that brings Noah Willett to the plate. Willett, the left-handed hitting senior. 1 for 3 today. 2 ground outs to second and a solid single to center field. Here comes the pitch to Willett. Swings through it, pops it up. Center fielder coming in, under it, catching it, dropping it in center field, and the runners will move up. Everybody safe. Scoring on it is Winter from third. He was ready to tag and score and didn't have to. So it's an error in center field for the Dukes. And the runs continue for Elyria Catholic. They now have 14. They've got 5 in the inning. So Tody's at third. At second, Gaines. Willits at first on the air, and JoJo Jansur is at the plate. Swings at it. Ground ball to third. Nice backhand. They'll come to the plate for the force, and they'll get the first out of the inning. My goodness, that took a while.
It was still a unique exchange there to be able to make a good throw home to get that lead runner and save a run. But, base is still jammed with just one out here.
Mason Knapp at the plate. The Panthers have batted around. Knapp started the inning with a walk. And it was a storyline that he set with that walk, because he walked, Doss got a base hit, White got hit by a pitch, Amaris walked, Winter walked, Tody walked, Gaines walked, and Wellington is just balked. And another run's going to come in. So a balk on the hill from Michael Fox. Scoring on it was Gaines, awarded home plate. Everybody moves up. Willits now at third. Jansur is at second, and this inning has completely fallen apart. It's 15-3, Elyria Catholic. This is one of those games where you just have to take it. And you know what your goal is. You know your goal is next week.
Right.
Against South Range. So you just got to get yourself through this one. 1 ball, no strikes. And it's a called strike. That pitch to Mason Knapp. Knapp today, base hit, scored a run in the first. On a fielder's choice in the second, and led off this inning, the fourth, with a walk, and has scored a run. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 on for the Panthers, and the pitch is popped up. Shallow right field, second baseman out, and not getting to it. Boy, just another error for the Dukes of Wellington. Second baseman went out, lost it in the sun. Right fielder came in. It was one of those that I got it, you got it, no, I got it, no, nobody's got it. And the Panthers score another run. It's now 16-3. Luke Doss at the plate. Doss has had the only hit in the inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Michael Fox. Ground ball to third. Nice play at third. 2-hopper, strong throw. Out at first base. Real nice job by the Dukes' third baseman. Got to check that number because things have moved a little bit. Playing third is Preston Cochran. Cochran was at second for most of the game. That's a nice play.
A couple of nice plays at third in this inning. It's tough to find some positive this inning, but he had the good play at third, made the throw home, and then right across the diamond there to retire the speedy Doss. So, yeah, a little bit busy for Preston over there, but he's not the reason that they're having struggles this inning.
So Jansura moves to third, Knapp's on at second, and at the plate is guess who? Ryan White. First pitch to White. It's called strike 1. White got hit by a pitch in his last at bat. Hit the 3-run homer in the first, and then he was walked and hit in his last 2 at bats. Here comes Fox's pitch right down the gut. And it's fouled back by Ryan White. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the fourth, and a 16-3 Elyria Catholic lead right now over Wellington. Fox is ready, checks the runners, checks the plate, and here comes the pitch.
Boy, that was the limbo move right there. I don't know.
It's a high fastball that White backed off on. I don't know if he leaned into that one, strided into that or not.
He's going to be something at a luau somewhere this summer.
What a line. Might be the line of the game right there.
Thanks.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Inside and close, but a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think that one's lost. I don't think a lot of people do the limbo anymore, but, maybe he grew up in a household that participated in that.
Well, if prom hasn't happened, you could be ready for that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, ground ball. Soft ground ball in the infield to second base. Going to need a quick throw. Got it. And got the runner at first. Nice job defensively for the Dukes to get the second and third out of their third baseman and second baseman. The inning's over. But not before Elyria Catholic scores 7 runs. And they do it on just 1 hit. There were a couple of errors and a whole lot of walks. We move to the top of the 5th. The Panthers are 3 outs away from finishing this one. It's 16-3, Elyria Catholic.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
A couple of changes here as we start the top half of the 5th. It is 16-3 Elyria Catholic. Ryan Camphor is now on the hill for Elyria Catholic, an imposing right-hander. I don't have a height on Ryan, but he's a big boy.
You know, put it this way, Jansura was pretty prominent on the mound for EC earlier, and yeah, he's given up a few inches there in terms of the tail of the tape and who is taller on that mound. So yeah, you're right, imposing would be appropriate.
First pitch, high heat to Dylan Parsons. Hitting for Anthony Rados in the 2-hole for the Wellington Dukes, and Parsons swings through it at strike 1.
Jansura dips back to his familiar third base spot.
Next pitch is strike 2. Panthers need 3 outs to complete their 15th win of the year. And here comes the 0-2 offering. Heat again at the knees. It's called strike 3. Quick work of Parsons. And that strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at Lorain County Community College. Gavin Wacker now at the plate for Wellington. Wacker with a base hit and a line drive out. He has hit the ball hard twice today. Got a double in the first inning, sent one flying over the center fielder's head, and then smoked one to left field that Chase Atkins made a real nice play on that turned into a double play that was just confusing to everybody. But the point being, he has hit it hard twice, Jared. Fouled 2 off, counts 0-2.
There's been some bright spots for this Duke lineup. It's just, you know, they haven't come in the bunches that Elyria Catholic's been able to produce.
Here comes the 0-2 offering, and it's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. The 0-2 pitch is high, ball 1. Wellington scored a run in the first inning in their first at bat. Elyria Catholic countered with 6 in the bottom half. They led 6-1 after an inning. And then in the third for Elyria Catholic, they scored 3. The 1-2 pitch moves Wacker off the plate. Counts even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They took a 9-1 lead. In the top half of the fourth, the Dukes got 2 back, cut the lead to 9-3, but then the bottom of the fourth was a rough night, a rough inning. 3-hop ground ball to shortstop. Nice play for Elyria Catholic's Luke Doss, comes across the field. And actually, that's not Doss, a new third baseman or a
Gaines
shortstop.
made a move.
Zach Gaines moved over.
Yeah, I think when Jansura went to third, that kind of pushed a lot of folks into a different alignment.
So Gaines went from third to short, makes a nice play, and there's 2 outs in the inning. That's what happens in a 16-3 game. There's movement everywhere. Preston Cochran at the plate. First pitch to him's high. It's ball 1. Panthers 1 out away from their 15th win of the year. Second pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. .20 pitch, fastball, fisted. Pop up to the first baseman, and this ball game's over. So on senior day, the Panthers get a win. 16-3, Elyria Catholic over Wellington in a 5-inning shortened game. Take a timeout. We'll be back with our post-game show. The post-game show brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. That is next on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel and WEOL.com.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com. At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Welcome back to Elyria Catholic High School. I'm Ron Yance. It's Jared Kozar, and behind the camera is the one, the only, the everybody's All-American, Nick Hershey. Final today, a 5-inning game here. The Panthers of Elyria Catholic win it 16-3 over the Dukes of Wellington. For EC, they improved to 15-8 on the season. Wellington drops to 4-14. The keys to the game, or the goal of the game, I think today, Jared, and both managers pointed it out. They were looking at this game as just a game to get some work in. I mean, it's a non-conference game. It's late in the year. The tournaments start next week, so we did not see a pitcher who was a regular rotation pitcher in this game by either team, and it showed.
Not quite an exhibition game, but just a little bit above that. You got some guys that normally wouldn't play that position, as you mentioned, either pitch or some other guys play out of position. Maybe some additional at-bats for somebody that maybe doesn't get a whole lot of swings. They were able to put that on display today. Still, you never want to get the 16 hung up on you. But for the Wellington Dukes, as we mentioned, there were some bright spots. They just weren't really able to string together a big inning.
Well, let's talk about some of those bright spots for Wellington. Offensively, Gavin Wacker had a base hit. He had a double. Wellington had only 2 hits today. Wacker, the number 3 hitter, had a double in the first inning, and then Preston Cochran had a single that scored a run in that first inning, and that was it. In 5 innings, they had 2 hits in the first inning, and that was it. For Elyria Catholic, they scored 16 runs on 9 hits. Wellington walked 7 Elyria Catholic hitters, and they hit 2, so almost 10 runners got on base via either the walk or a hit by pitch today by that Duke pitching, and they did not strike out a batter. EC did not strike out. The Dukes did not strike out a Panther batter. Hitting-wise, Luke Doss had 2 hits. He scored 2 runs. Ryan White had the big hit in the first inning. He had a 3-run, 2-out home run. And he hit a high arching ball to left center field that just kept going and went over the fence. It was a 3-run jack. It was his 2nd home run of the year. He leads the team in home runs this year. He also scored 3 runs today. And then right behind him in that very first inning, almost on the next pitch, it was Isaiah Amaris, the senior second baseman, who had a line drive smoke show to left center field that cleared the fence. Amaris did not get another pitch to hit. He got hit by a pitch and he got walked in his next 2 at-bats. He had a home run, 3 runs scored, and 2 runs batted in. As I said, the bottom of the order, Braden Winter had 2 hits, and Jeremiah Tote also had a hit. But the walks were the story today for the Duke pitching staff and the Panthers as far as giving them opportunities to score runs.
Yeah, that plagued them throughout, and certainly, you know, that bottom half of the 4th inning, the home half there, allowed him to get to that 6-team number. That just seemed like, just something that wasn't going to end for Wellington. And, EC did. I wonder how many people they sent to the plate in that inning, Ron. I know you're keeping better track than I was, but it had to be at
12.
least 14. Or a dozen, rather.
Yeah. They sent 12, and out of those 12, Jared, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those 12 got on base by either a walk or hit by a pitch. There was just 1 hit in the inning, and Elyria Catholic scored 7 runs.
Yeah. That kind of afternoon, Ron.
Yeah, it was. And, one to forget, and that's the beauty of baseball. You live to play another day. You live to bat another at-bat. You live to field another ground ball. The best thing to have as a baseball player is a short memory, and the Dukes will have one about this afternoon's game at Elyria Catholic. I want
to know, I've been dying the whole time. Hirsch, the fine folks at Elyria Catholic here on Senior Day, there were some
Nick,
giveaways,
walk
some
around
extravaganzas.
Here and
What'd you come away with, Hirsch?
Come around here, Nick. Take the headset off, and so Nick Hershey, everybody's All-American.
Show us what you got here.
$25 to Chipotle.
Hirsch is going to Chipotle
tonight, probably.
All in one shot.
You should take your father there.
Yeah, exactly. They go out to dinner a couple times a week, so maybe Hirsch will spring for it next time. Dave Hershey, if you're paying attention to this one, Nick's going to get you a burrito real soon because the folks here at EC treated him real well today.
See, now you're talking about food. You really got me hungry.
We can go anytime you'd like.
Yeah, it was a nice senior day here today at Elyria Catholic. They honored all the seniors, their parents, their grandparents, their siblings on the field along that first baseline before the game started. And then they went out and won. They won their 15th game of the year. They handed out door prizes, and Hershey won a $25 gift card. You and I did not win anything.
No.
But that's okay. They gave a lot away, and a lot of people are leaving happy right now. Final thoughts, partner?
Well, again, this one puts us one step closer to the wrap of the regular season. Baseball-wise, we'll have that Saturday afternoon over at Amherst as I'll be joined by Rob Polinsky, and we will have Wadsworth versus Amherst. That's the baseball regular season finale. Comes your way at noon Saturday afternoon on WEOL.com, the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel, and, of course, the folks over there at Comets Live doing a great job. They're going to help us out. Make sure you get some tremendous views of that broadcast. And then we've got some tournament softball next week, followed by tournament baseball 1 week from today right here, as it'll be Firelands in EC. So the prelude to that kind of happened this afternoon.
Wellington's off to South Range next week as their tournament season starts, and Elyria Catholic will host Firelands, as Jared said. Want to thank some sponsors, the North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco, for our pregame show. It's always a great time to stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco. Want to thank EcoTree Services for our postgame show. Our postgame show brought to you by EcoTree Services, your complete tree care company. We want to thank Network Land Title Agency for bringing us our starting lineups today. Brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, real estate, title insurance, and escrow services across the great state of Ohio. Want to thank Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, and Buick GMC for the keys to the game today. They were brought to you by Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, Buick GMC. They're on the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Want to thank all the strikeouts that happened today via Lorain County Community College. Every time there's a strikeout, LCCC brought it to you. It's your year, your classes, and your future. Enroll today at Lorain County Community College. Also like to thank the City of Elyria. Rediscover Elyria today at thecityofelyria.com. I want to thank the two head coaches, the managers of both clubs. For the Wellington Dukes, Dan Davison, for spending time with me, helping me get ready to prepare for his team, and always manager Bruce Lisicki. For Coach Lisicki, this has been our second Panther broadcast, and Bruce is always kind with his time, and I appreciate both Dan Davison and Bruce Lisicki. Want to thank our All-American, everybody's All-American, Nick Hershey, behind the camera. Want to thank Rocco Nushi for setting today's game up. Want to thank my partner, Jared Kozar, and, of course, all of you for watching. My name's Ron Yachts. Your final today from Elyria Catholic. The Panthers 16, the Dukes of Wellington 3. Have a great night, everybody.